everybody, and welcome to ESO Live. It's been a while.
It has been a little bit, but
for anybody
back.
who's joining us for the first time, I'm Jess Folsom.
Hi, I'm Gina Bruno.
We are the ESO community team with Sarah, who is hopefully at home now. Hi, Sarah. She's probably going, oh, God.
So for anybody who hasn't joined in on one of our shows before, welcome. For anybody returning, welcome. Good afternoon. This is a chance for us to sit down and talk with you guys about things that are sometimes coming to ESO, things that are currently happening. Today's show is actually going to be focused on a first look at the Dragonhold DLC, which is coming to PTS on Monday. I think we have...
Let's take a look at the show lineup.
Our today's show thing.
Maybe.
It's cool if we don't have it. I remember what it said. Basically, what we just said. So we're going to be doing a preview of Southern Elsewhere. There it is. We'll be doing a preview of Southern Elsewhere. That is the zone coming to the Dragonhold DLC, which is our final one for this year, coming in Q4. Leading that charge is going to be our zone lead, Jason Barnes, and our lead writer, Bill Slavisek. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Thank you.
But before we dive into that, let's take a quick run through of some news. So the Imperial City Celebration event, which is ongoing now, is coming to a close on Monday, right around 10 a.m. Eastern.
It's been fun, though.
Yes, so you have one more weekend to get in there and get all your rewards.
Was that it?
Yep.
Oh, you ended with a comma, so I was waiting for. And then
I could keep going.
PTS? For PTS. So we did mention this in the preview article that went up yesterday, I think, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
The PTS for Update 24 and Dragonhold will be on Monday, September 16th. Also, we're going to do something a little bit different. So usually what happens is...
Different.
Wait, I know, different is scary.
This is good.
Hear me out. Hear me out. This is a good thing. So usually we publish the patch notes during maintenance, and then the servers come up, and then everybody has a great time. This time what we're going to do is publish the patch notes, but then immediately after that, we're going to be doing a live stream kind of talking through the patch notes, specifically the combat changes. So we're going to have Brian Wheeler, who is our lead combat and PvP designer, and Gillian the Rogue, who is one of our combat designers. They will be sitting in front of the camera and essentially just talking through the combat changes, what they mean, giving a little bit more context to them. So hopefully that will help. Sorry, it's me.
No.
Hopefully,
going off.
Hopefully that'll give a little bit more context to some of the changes that are going into this update and help explain some things. So we don't have an exact time since it sort of depends on how maintenance goes, but if we had to guess, if we're in Vegas and we're playing roulette right now, had to guess, I would say around 3 p.m. Eastern time we'll be doing the stream. So we will be putting an announcement on Twitter and on the forums when the stream is going to be going live. We'll try and give everyone like an hour's notice, but stay tuned for that. It'll be Monday afternoon, hopefully.
And you can also follow the Bethesda Twitch channel, and you'll get a notification when we go live. So if you aren't able to keep an eye on Twitter or Facebook or the forums, that's another way to know when we go live with this.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think.
We'll try and pad it a little bit too, so when we go live, we won't immediately start talking. So that way we'll give people a chance to kind of come in. But yeah, Monday we're going to be doing a patch notes stream as soon as the patch notes are published. So we'll be reading along with you.
And we do have a Twitch Prime, our very first Twitch Prime promotion going on now. This one is for PC Mac players. However, we are working on bringing promotions like this to our console players in the future. And that starts with Twitch drops coming to console players in Q4 of this year. So we mentioned that very briefly in, I think it was the latest Dragonhold DLC.
It was
an Update 24 preview
It was
article?
the preview article. Yep, same one. We also mentioned it at our Seattle event a couple weeks ago. So yeah, that's a work in progress. And just to reiterate, it's not coming with Update 24 like the day it launches. It'll be sometime in Q4. So it's pretty exciting.
So you have a little bit more time to take care of the Twitch Prime promo. It ends on September 30th. So make sure to link your accounts and get your Twitch Prime rewards. It's a special mount, a horse, and a pony pet.
They're purple.
I don't remember the names.
It's
like
the
nowhere.
Let's not even try.
There's an article up on ElderScrollsOnline.com with all the details.
Lastly, there is going to be a PC patch next week. It's actually going to be on Tuesday instead of Monday. There's not really going to be much patch notes because we're just fixing some exploits. We don't want to talk about what they are. So
don't do them if you know what they are.
Stop doing them if you're doing them, or you're going to have a bad time.
Yes.
The end.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, small patch going on Tuesday for PC. I think there's also console maintenance the same day, so it's going to be sort of maintenance day on Tuesday.
Yep, they'll be taking care of everything going on during the Imperial City celebration, so closing the campaigns that we opened during that, allowing people to go to a new campaign. All that work will be done.
All the things.
Yep.
Speaking of all the things, we should get going into Dragonhold. Just to reiterate, today we're showing off the new zone. It's Southern Elsewhere. We're talking about the story behind that, giving you a look at what this zone looks like and some of the things in it. We are not talking about the combat changes today. That is on Monday's stream once the patch notes get posted. So we will get into that on Monday. But first, let's talk Elsewhere.
And if you all have any questions for these guys, throughout the stream, drop them in Twitch chat. We'll be gathering them and answering some as we go.
About the zone.
About the zone, yes.
I know
don't ask
nothing
them
about the
about
combat changes.
Don't ask them about Templar changes or whatever. So those are coming.
All right, so hi guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I haven't been on here in forever.
I know.
It's
it's
been
been
a
a long time.
really long time.
Yeah, I think I was on the 5th episode ever.
Oh wow, that was a long
Back
time ago.
when-
That was
Yeah, when we were
years
talking
ago.
about Dragon Star Arena. So it's been a long time. So hello, everyone.
Hi, Jason. So what does it mean to be a zone lead?
So being a zone lead, it basically means you're creating the blueprint for everything. You're kind of figuring out what the zone story is going to be. You're figuring out where everything's going to be at, kind of who you're interacting with, kind of the landscape, and just the theme of things. Obviously, we're taking out a lot of things that our lore master gives us and working with Bill, who's our lead writer, to kind of establish what the overall story arc and all that's going to be. But then once we have that kind of figured it out, it's then giving it over to our designers and our world builders and everyone to let them go out and create the content, and then just making sure that, you know, we stay on a good path and the story makes sense and everything is really fun, and you know, helping the creative vision and the actual logistics of everything that goes into actually creating a zone. So it's a lot different than being a quest designer, which I was doing for 8 years prior to this.
Yeah.
But it's fun, it's exciting, it's something that gives you a new perspective on things when you're in a lead level position.
And we have a few different zone leads too, so there's multiple zone leads kind of focusing on different zones that are coming out.
Everybody's always working on something.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, always have stuff in the pipeline. So.
And Bill, welcome back. You've been on the show a
Yeah,
few times
welcome.
now.
I have, thank you.
So Bill is our lead writer. What do you write exactly? So is it just quests
do you
or
What do you write, Bill? I mean,
What are the words
do you
you
write
do?
anything?
Yes.
Do you
Well,
write anything?
as the lead writer, like Jason said, I help develop the overarching story for each zone that we do at a high level. Work with the leads to make sure it fits everything that they want to accomplish. And then I work with my writers, my team of writers, to actually create all the content with the content designers. We help them with their stories. Our goal is to make their stuff as good as it can be. And to do that, we each work with each of the designers for each piece of content, and then eventually it all comes together, and it's wonderful.
You guys have done a lot of stuff together over the years. So what are some of your favorite zones or stories or characters that you guys have worked together on that our audience might recognize?
Well, most of the recurring characters that you like are probably ones that Jason and I created. Nariu,
Darian.
Darian,
We did
The
Heavily
Rimley-
Sharp Arrow.
the Rimley brothers.
The Rimley brothers, Verandis Ravenwatch back in the day. Gosh, yeah, we worked on. Let's see. Some of the more notable stuff that we've done is we did the Orsinium main quest line. Was both of us. Rivenspire, Somerset's main quest line. The entire Naryu Vea arc from the Sweet Roll Killer and Dark Brotherhood all the way into the end of Somerset.
The Balmora stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think last I checked, there was like 100 quests that we've done. So it's a lot.
Of everything Jason's done, I've written 99% of it.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
you guys are like the dynamic duo.
we are. We are. Yeah, so
Somebody in
I
chat
guess
was like, press F for Darian.
yeah, sorry. Sorry. He's
So you're saying there's a chance?
yeah.
Never say never.
Yeah.
Questionable.
He's living the good life. I guess. Not really. Spoilers.
Sure,
Anyways.
sure.
Let's hop in
Yes.
to Dragonhold, our upcoming story DLC.
So, yeah.
Internal server, caveat,
Yep.
just in case anything pops up. But again, this is coming to PTS.
Yeah, people are flying around.
On Monday. I hope they're not flying around.
So first off, I heard everyone likes Khajiit pirates, so that's cool because there's going to be a lot of pirates in this this DLC launch.
Awesome.
So we are actually sitting outside the main city of Central. This is kind of in a ruined state, as you can tell. It's not as prominent and prestigious as something like Rimmen and Northern Elsewhere. This
Southern Elsewhere has suffered from the Connaughton flu over the last 20 years.
Oh no.
They try to get rid of it by burning a lot of their land, and we're just coming out of that time period at this point.
You sound like my 3-year-old. Oh, no.
Yeah, so part of kind of what happened is when they did try to burn out the flu, they ended up the wildfires kind of went out of control and destroyed kind of the outer rim of the city as well as kind of the whole southern region.
That sucks.
Yeah,
do.
so they're having a rough time with that. So as you kind of go around the outskirts of the city,
And then the dragon showed up.
yeah, so it's
Let's just pile it
one
on,
thing
right?
after another. So yeah, as you kind of go out throughout the city, the outskirts of the city itself are definitely more ruined, overgrown, kind of a desolate wasteland, so to speak, where a lot of refugees from nearby cities have kind of come in because of the dragons, and they're starting to overload Central itself. This is kind of the last place of defense and kind of the last haven of safety, so to speak, of Southern Elsewhere because it has been decimated so much. There's really no proper law here outside of the city of Central, thus the reason there's pirates and slavers all over the place.
Right on.
But yeah, so kind of as you go through the outskirts, you'll see ruined buildings, overgrowth, whatnot, and then as you kind of go more towards the center, here's our soup line. As you can kind of notice, some of our refugees here are
Aw.
looking for some food.
Now, Jason, now that you're standing in the sun real quick, there are a few people in chat asking about the mount that you're using.
So this is the collector's edition mount that comes with the Crown Store purchase when you get Dragonhold.
Cool.
I forget
That's
the
cool.
exact name of it.
It's the one that usually comes with the mount, the pet, and I think some XP scrolls or something with
Yeah.
the DLC. So
The other
cool.
thing is the outfit that I'm wearing is the, I believe this is called the Topol Corsair outfit. This outfit it's an outfit style, and you can earn the entire set just by doing the content in Southern Elsewhere.
Very cool.
So I believe we give you the hat just upon entering Southern Elsewhere, and then by unlocking achievements, quests, things like that, you'll actually earn the rest of the outfit.
Snazzy.
It
is the map final enough to show?
Yep.
Okay.
So here's the city of Central itself. For anyone who wants to take a good look at it, and we'll kind of explore some of it. Here's an interesting location for people who are curious about lore, because it's the Palace of Central, which we'll go check out in a second, kind of talk a little bit about that. Here's the actual zone map.
Oh, there's a dragon up.
There are two
Couple
dragons
dragons.
flying around right now. There have been some updates to dragons just in general for Dragonhold that we'll talk about when we run over and punch one in the face and die horribly.
That's going to go well for
Yep.
you.
Yeah, it's going to go great. So
What
yeah.
What's the approximate size of this zone compared to existing zones, just to give people an idea of size?
Yeah, so you're looking at a Murkmire, Clockwork City size zone.
Cool.
But there's a little extra. There's a island down here, which we'll talk about in a little bit, that is involved in the Season of the Dragon finale. And that involves the wrap-up of the two stories coming together.
Cool.
But we'll chat about that in just a second. For anyone curious, this is the Central Palace. This is a very famous landmark where the Morak Tong killed a famous Akaviri leader. And supposedly, and wrote, like, the Morak Tong did it or something
on the wall.
On the wall, they're like, "Hey, LOL, the Morak Tong was here." So yeah.
Is that what they sound like?
Yeah, that's exactly
That definitely
what they
sounds like the Morak Tong.
Yeah. Inside of this, so to kind of talk about the faction a little bit, a group here is known as the Shields of Central, and they're kind of the last, I guess, bit of law and order within the southern region.
They were a group of Imperials that were sent down before the Empire collapsed to help with the flu. And once the Empire collapsed, they were stuck without any orders and didn't know what to do. So they just followed their last orders and they stayed. And so they've represented the only law and order since then.
And this is another of our new art styles, or outfits.
Outfit styles?
Outfit styles, art styles. And this is the Shield of Central outfits. It's actually a mix of Khajiit and Imperial kind of garb.
Yeah, they're running out of supplies, so they use what they can.
Yep. And I want to say one of the big differences here compared to Northern and Elsewhere is in Northern and Elsewhere, the Imperials were there kind of oppressing the people. They were, it was very much a state of dominance, and Euraxia was taking control and abusing the people here. And in this case, it's kind of the flip side of things, where the Imperials are taking care of these people. Like, they're trying to work with the Khajiit as best as possible to make sure that you know, they're protected from the dragons and the pirates and the slavers and all the bad crap that's basically going on in the area. So.
Yeah, it's a difference of who was in charge. Euraxia was a bad lady, and General Remnus is not. Well, he's not a bad lady. He's a good guy.
Only on the weekends. So, anyways, so one of the yeah. Hi everyone. Moving on. So part of the whole story is kind of rebuilding the Dragon Guard. We were not going to do any story spoilers, so don't worry.
No earmuffs today, right?
Yeah. However, since the Dragon Guard really doesn't exist right now, one of the things that the player is actually going to be doing is reforming them, bringing these various people together to start this ancient order anew between you and Sai Sahan, which we'll see here in a second. And you have to recruit from a motley band of criminals and outlaws. So some of the interesting characters, once I figure out where they're hiding over here, that you're.
Are you lost?
I am lost. It is a ruined city. But yeah, some of the interesting characters that you're going to come across as kind of the main characters are these pirates and bandits, and two of the main kind of recurring characters that you'll see here. Hi, Sai. Here's Sai Sahan and his new duds, if you haven't seen it. He's looking nice and freshly resurrected.
So Sai Sahan considers himself the last of the real Dragon Guard and feels that it's his duty to pick back up the banner and deal with these dragons that have invaded the land.
And here are two of our new companions that'll be joining us. There's Casca, the Centurat. She's nice and big and will tear your throat out. And then my favorite, Zaji, our little doggy rot pirate friend. His outfit may be available at some point for the player to wear.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, so he's got a cool little
He's very colorful.
thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Zaji. I love his voice actor.
Not that we can hear.
Yeah, he's a great little guy. And these two are definitely, I would say, they're kind of
They're kind of comic relief, but they also have serious parts in the story. Zaji is much more flamboyant. He likes his drink. He's the captain of the Perfect Pounce, the ship that will help you
What a cute name.
in your travels.
which we'll see shortly. I'll show you that.
You know, it would be fun if, as you're standing there, occasionally his cinch rod just like whack somebody and just one shot him. Right? Wouldn't that be fun?
She's
No?
yeah. I mean,
Fun for not that person, I
not
guess.
for that person. Yeah.
Casca's big and calm, and she's a cat of few words, but the words are usually to the point.
Move along. See? That's
see,
the perfect
she's
place,
just-
right?
Yeah, she is.
And she's very protective of Zaji, even though Zaji's her boss.
So one of the things I'm seeing, and
look
I'll
who it
address
is.
it now. So what if you sacrifice Sai Sahan
In the main story.
in the
Womp
main
womp.
story?
Are you
Wow.
supposed to talk about that?
I can talk
It's like
about
a
it.
5-year-old spoiler,
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
So one, you wrong. Why you didn't sacrifice the prophet? I don't know. But you know that's fine. I would make a joke about how his beard brought him back to life. But
I do know personally that Abner Thorne calls him the bearded mammoth.
yeah,
Bearded
look
mammoth.
Look at that beauty of a man. So we will explain it. There is a little hint of it when the prologue quest hits live. You can ask Sai Sahan about it and kind of his memories of what has happened and what's going on. Oh, look at Chonky Big Boy right there. What's up, man? Look at this.
Whoa.
They're really
He's just
close
gonna knock him over.
friends. Yeah. Look at that.
What are you doing over there?
How you doing?
We need a soon.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Careful,
All right, Sai, watch
careful.
out.
I think he wants to fight him.
But
so we do explain it.
Yes. So if you
Okay.
talk to Sai Sahan, he will kind of give his thoughts on what has happened. However, for the people who have played the prologue quest on PTS and they're like, oh well, he said his thing, but that doesn't really explain it. There is something later on in the main quest. If you dig hard enough, you will find out kind of what has happened and why he has come back. So we do answer it. It does make sense. There is a reason behind it. He did not just materialize because his beard is made of amazing awesomeness. So
But it is.
How do we
it
get
is.
one of those?
It is.
You want a beard?
Well,
I can. I mean, I can.
Halloween.
yeah.
I meant like the general we, like
Oh,
The
for our
community.
characters?
not me.
I will say I
Jeez.
continue to fight for the idea that we sell Sai Sahan's beard on the Crown Store, give it away as a
Yes.
reward.
Oh, yeah.
That or it's just a magical floating beard that follows you around. Either way.
Ew.
So continuing on, so here's one of our new creatures that you'll come across. The
Whoa.
bristleback is
Wow.
up. So yeah, giant boars, very nice creatures. I am.
Now they normally aggro you, right?
Yeah.
You
So
have cheats set up.
yeah, I have cheats set up, but they will mess you up if they fight. I might be. Oh, sorry, I was cheating. So yeah, they don't like people. This is just one of several new creatures. I'm gonna find the other one as I'm running around. Ow.
Whoop.
So.
I'm not very good at this game.
You know,
either.
I just wow. So
Jason, do you
Did
even
you
play?
type the wrong
you know,
thing?
yeah, I killed myself.
Oh, whoops.
Anyways, don't do that.
We
That's
are
the-
on an internal
yeah,
server.
that is the danger.
There is no
of
insta-kill
power.
button.
That's why no one
Live.
gives me
Jason, do
power.
you even play, bro?
Yeah. So kind of working our way to the south here to talk more about the land and kind of what's going on is I'm going to show you on the map here as we go along. So this area used to be a prominent section of Central that was used as the trading and the docks area. The big thing about Central years and years ago is the fact that they were considered, this city was considered one of the main trading ports of all of Tamriel. And when the flu hit and the fires broke out, that basically decimated their trade, and now no one wants to come here. Oh, I think I found the other friend. Hi, buddy.
Although that has made it.
This guy's my favorite.
Whoa. Oh, it's a dinosaur.
This is our Glyptodon.
The what?
He's Glyptodon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
that's
a big
straight up a
spiky
dinosaur.
boy.
That's cool.
I mean, look at him. He's adorable.
It is kind of cute.
So
He's got Yoda ears.
Yeah. So he's very, very nice. Bye. He does die, so you can't kill him. That's actually just one of our critters. He's not actually a hostile.
Oh.
He's a friendly creature. But if you want to be a monster, you can kill him.
But it's a
That's
big
fine.
critter.
Like you just did.
Like I just did, yeah. So kind of going back to talk about.
Well, you mentioned how how this used to be a big trading
Yes.
port. Now that it isn't, it's actually made room for the pirates and the smugglers to do their thing, and that's why there's so many of them active in southern Elsewhere.
So yeah, so this will be one of the objective areas that you come across. It's called Southgard Ruins. It's definitely revolves around the pirates and the slavers and kind of what they're doing here. But yeah, you can kind of see the destruction of what the fires did when they hit the land and kind of spread and just wiped so much out. But yeah, this was a prime opportunity for everyone to kind of move in and take over and do all the bad things that pirates and slavers do. So we were talking earlier about the perfect pounce as well. So I want to show you all something
It's
fun.
Zaji's boat, or ship. Ship.
Zaji's ship, yep. Oh, no, don't want to fall down there.
Other direction.
Yeah. So, yeah, one of the things we really wanted to push was just, like I said, showing the desolation, the destruction, just how far gone this place is compared to, you know, something like Northern Elsewhere, and kind of how, like I said, how pretty in a way Rimmen was. All right, we're going down.
Oh, you're going to do it.
Yep, I'm going. All right, so we'll roll over here, find my favorite boat ever. So I call this the party boat. This is Zaji's, like Bill was saying, his vessel. Go take a look here. Beautiful, beautiful boat. It's got the paintings on it. This boat plays a pretty important role.
It does look like a party boat.
Yeah,
You weren't kidding.
It's basically, it's got
Cute.
paint on side of it. You will use this throughout the Dragon Guard storyline. Like I said, it's Zaji's boat. It's a custom boat that I absolutely love. Ship. Sorry.
Does Zaji get
Zaji
offended
would
if you
never
call it a
call
boat?
it a
He would
boat.
never call it a boat. So yeah, so that's Southgard. So we'll hop over to a new area really quick to talk about some more stuff.
While that, oh,
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say while that's loading,
I'll
but that
leave
was
this in the
fast.
backdrop while we talk.
Pretty.
Yeah.
What is that?
We'll answer that in a second.
That's cool.
Did you have a
I
question?
don't think
I
we should
didn't
tell
have a
them.
question. I just
Yeah.
wanted to touch on a couple other things that are going into this update. For anybody curious. So we do have the usual new item sets, and we have collectibles and titles and achievements and all the things that sort of typically go into one of our zone DLCs. In the base game, though, this is going to be the first time that we're kind of putting in a lot of the performance updates that we talked about a couple months ago.
The first round, yep.
So the first thing is going to be the updated activity finder. So LFG is getting an overhaul on the back end. It'll still look the same, but it's going to function a lot better, especially under load. So Dungeons is going to have a couple new features in it, as will Battlegrounds. So that's going to be really good. So I'm,
So
I'm trying to
good.
read as
best.
I'm talking, and it's hard. Have you ever tried it?
You know. no.
Also, we're doing a big overhaul on our memory management. So this means basically it changes how we handle the memory in ESO. So it's going to reduce the chance that you crash from running out of memory. So more stability.
Especially on lower end machines, yep.
And then we're also doing some updates to 3-piece item sets specifically, but we'll talk about all that stuff on Monday's stream, which, if you missed it, we are doing a live stream on Monday afternoon to just talk through a lot of the combat and gameplay changes that are going into this patch. So stay tuned for the date, or the time on that. It'll probably be around 3 p.m. Eastern, but we'll announce that on Monday. Sorry for interrupting.
No, that's
just
fine.
wanted
That's
to kind of...
That's all good information.
It's like a...
I
It's
did
like a
not
little
know those
commercial
things.
break.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. So yeah.
All right.
So yeah, what are we looking
What
at?
are we? This is the Zaji's party dome. No, No, this is not. So one of the things we want to touch on was the Season of the Dragon stuff itself. We needed a way to make sure that the story made sense. We've heard from people, playing through various previous content, like, the Daedric Prince story over the years was a good example. The fact that you could play it through it in any order was great, but it also could, it can be slightly confusing if you hop into Somerset and then go back to Clockwork City or whatever. So for the Season of stuff, we want to make sure that it all makes sense, that you could play it chronologically and the characters were there that you expected to be there or not. So one of the things that we're doing here is the DLC itself for Dragonhold can be played in any order. It can be played if you haven't done Northern Elsewhere yet. You can play it if you have done it, and it'll still make sense. It kind of takes place parallel, I would say, in a way.
Yeah.
So that, again, we don't want to say you have to play Northern Elsewhere before you can do it. And you'll still get the same amount of content that you normally would in one of these fourth quarter DLCs. So we're not taking anything away for that. Full main quest, everything like that.
Bill, was that a challenge when it came to the writing to make sure that everything could flow like that and be played in any order or all the way through?
Yes, it was a lot of planning up front with the leads, and this is the first time we tried to tell a year-long story that included the dungeons and the PvE content. It was challenging, but I think we pulled it off, and I think it's made for a really compelling year of content.
Awesome. Can't wait to see how everybody likes the final chapter.
Yeah, and so...
The epic conclusion.
Yes.
As marketing likes to say.
Yeah, and so speaking to the conclusion specifically, one of the new things that we're doing that we've never done before is there is a extra quest line that unlocks after you have completed both the Elsewhere chapter main story and the Southern Elsewhere DLC main story. And that will basically be the culmination of the Season of the Dragon. It'll combine characters from both stories together to basically end the final thread of Calgranted and figure out what he's doing. So yes, you will see Abner Tharn and Sai Sahan come together again in the...
You weren't supposed to say that.
Well, the Sai Sahan's in this one, Abner's in the other one. That's as much as I'll say.
Okay.
But yeah, and again, we wanted to do this in a way that we could tell a complete story that would make sense. It would be something that we could have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and not have to worry about, oh, you're coming from it at this part of the story, you're coming from that. It's just, like I said, we can tell.
So this last bit of content only becomes available once you've done both of the previous bits.
Yep. So this island is always here, and you will find out more about it once you complete the main stories of both of it. That's all. We'll leave it at that. Yeah.
What was that around it?
Magic?
I told you, Zaji's party bubble.
Okay.
Just leave it at that.
Come on,
Yeah.
Bill.
That's where the rave is.
Yeah. So one of the fun.
I think it's called an Aegis.
This is why Bill's the
technical
writer.
terms,
Yeah.
For anybody asking about Twitch drops, we definitely see you. You don't actually have to type anything in chat. If you do type it in chat, we're taking your Twitch drops away. No, just kidding. No, you don't have to type anything. We have it enabled for everybody who has a linked PC Mac account. So all you need to do is make sure your account is linked, and then you will get your Twitch drop after this show is over. So we hope you stay. Because we have a lot of cool stuff to show you and talk about, but it will be sent out at the conclusion of the stream.
So,
Continuing
on, one of the interesting things about Southern Elsewhere that we want to cover is kind of this Khajiit legend, I guess you would say. They talk about in stories about moon sugar being the...
Well, they talk about moon sugar a lot.
That's true.
They are very fond of the substance. But one of their beliefs is that the moonlight hits the water, saturates the water, and the water helps the moon sugar grow.
Oh.
And its special abilities come from that moonlight. And here is one of those places where they think that happens. This is Moonlight Cove, which used to be a religious site where they took care of the waters and cared for them, but it's been overrun by terrible smugglers. And in the course of the stories, you'll get to go in there and get rid of those poor, terrible smugglers.
For anybody just tuning in, we're showing off Dragonhold DLC. This is Southern Elsewhere. It's coming to ESO in Q4 this year. It's actually going to come to PTS on Monday, so you'll be able to test it out if you'd like. And yeah, we're just giving you a short first look at the zone. We did answer this earlier. I saw somebody asking how big it is. It's approximately, it's comparable to Clockwork City, you said, right?
Yeah, Clockwork City,
Murkmire.
Murkmire, yeah. We try to keep the size around the same just to make sure that we have the same amount of content and everything like that. That's kind of a comfortable spot that we're in with it. So this is one of my favorite delves we've done in the game.
Sky Shard. Sky Shard.
There's a Sky Shard. You don't know how to get up there. Look away. But it's just, like Bill was saying, it focuses around kind of these mystical waters that I think the art team did an awesome job.
Wow, it's really pretty.
And
look at all that moon sugar.
yeah, and the corruption. They're doing bad things with this stuff. Yeah, see, I mean, look at this poor guy or girl. Sorry, woman. She's having a hard time. She's having a really hard time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You probably don't want to.
Too much skooma
in there.
Yeah, that's Bill on Saturday night, right? Just kidding.
I'm stuck.
So Bill's like, I'm never coming on the show again.
Yeah.
I heard nothing.
So one of the things I do want to touch on while we're in here is when we're building the quests and the content of the area, we wanted to try doing some new stuff that we haven't really done before. For anyone who's done the prologue quests on PTS or is soon to do it, you may have noticed a new type of kind of traveling mechanism known as the grappling bow.
Tell me more.
And so one of the things we wanted to do was use that more in here throughout the quests in the overworld. So at certain points throughout quest lines, and like I said, just kind of fun the world, you'll find these grapple points up here, and using them will shoot you around. So yeah, one of the things we kind of wanted to do was create more of an action adventure feel.
So the Dragon Guard or Batman.
The Dragon Guard basically are Batman. Yeah. But yeah, so it's like I said, we hid them around the world. They're using quest areas. One of the nice things is it allows us to actually kind of create new types of puzzles and stuff like that, just using the level as opposed to lots of various mechanics and things like that. So, and yes, you can, if you want, you can use it while jumping and flying off stuff. So we're really excited about introducing, like I said, a brand new kind of traveling mechanism and a way to get around, which is really neat.
So I'll be the one that asks, is this going to come to other parts of the game or Cyrodiil, or is it just limited to
oh god,
is it just limited to Southern Elsewhere right now?
Right now, Southern Elsewhere. There might be a chance that it comes to
I guess never say never, right?
Yeah, I don't want to say one way or the other. Part of it too will be how much players like it, right? So if people really, really enjoy it, let us know. I think it's something that we'd love to do more of. It's a lot of fun just to run around and, you know, shoot through various grappling hooks and climb mountains and stuff with it. Another thing too, I don't have anything because it would be a quest spoiler to show, but anyone who played the recent dungeon pack, there is a new type of mechanic where there's like a puzzle block that you push around.
Yeah, we showed that on one of our recent streams.
Yeah.
I think the last one we did.
And we've taken that and we've kind of done, I'm going to say it's like the JRPG Zelda-like puzzles with them.
Oh, cool.
So you'll have switches with various gates that you open. You'll have multiple blocks that you have to push to open different gates and unlock different rooms. And
that sounds fun.
Yeah, again, it's kind of going back to let's do some new stuff for quest content. Let's add some interesting puzzles and new designs and stuff like that. So between the grappling hook and that, I think that's it'll add some kind of new, fresh content for the players to kind of experience.
You know what? I'm really thirsty. Could you fetch me?
I was gonna say thirsty
Please.
for lore.
Thirsty for more content.
Yeah. Are you thirsty?
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
What is this?
My drinking horn has arrived.
Nice.
Separate.
Thank you, Joel. Wouldn't you love to have one of these drinking horns? You can
I don't. This is my
pre-order
Vanna
this
White, I
drinking
don't
horn
know.
now and have your own. It'll be shipping within the next month or so. Limited edition. This is the Horn of Jadari.
It has really nice etching up here that you probably can't see either.
And you know what? You can actually
Drink out of it.
drink out of it.
Yes, yes.
Be sure and pre-order yours now at gear.bethesda.net. Thank you.
Thank
Just
you,
would you-
thank you, Vanna.
This message has been brought to you
This
by.
has been brought to you by
How
the
do you
Bethesda
follow that?
store and Mike in the merchandise department.
Well, we should tell them about the horn.
Yeah.
Do you?
so-
I mean, I don't
so
actually know like the
it's in
lore
the
and everything
game.
Oh
behind
yeah,
it.
there's a whole story behind it.
Yeah. So hey, guess what? The horn actually plays a very important part of
Do you-
role in Dragonhold, I should say.
And the prologue, right?
Do you
and the prologue,
basically
yeah.
rip it off a dragon and then you're like, you
It
know
was-
what?
It was
I'm
given.
gonna hollow this out and drink out of
I
it.
will say this.
It was a
without-
gift
It was a gift from a dragon. It was willingly given
Wow.
to the Dragon Guard.
to the Dragon Guard.
You know what, chat? I am thirsty. Okay.
Thirsty for lore, like I said. But yeah, so the
I'll,
horn that
put
you
this here.
and you may have also seen it in the Blur trailer
Yep.
that Sai Sahan was blowing the horn. Make sure.
He's not, he's not drinking out of it. No.
There we go.
Wow, that was awkward. Anyways, so yeah, so that is important, and we dive into kind of the backstory and why you need that horn.
Actually, it's pretty neat. That and the Wrathstone are actually parts of the storyline
That is a
brought
great
to
point.
life,
Yep.
which I find fascinating.
And this is part of a whole collection that we've been doing this year for the Season of the Dragon. So the first one was this Wrathstone. Oh, hello. The first one was the Wrathstone that was for purchase earlier this year. We have the horn. What was the other thing?
I don't.
Oh, we have the really big
There's a statue.
dragon statue that's coming
Yeah.
too. It's like this big.
So
Whatever that is.
So
it
big.
looks really badass.
Yeah.
So,
Does
does anyone have
somebody's like, just
back
give
to
her a
the
glass
game.
of water.
Yeah, just give her.
Yeah, so we can dive back in. Again, for anybody joining, we're showing off the Dragonhold DLC that is coming to PTS Monday for ESO. We're here with our zone lead, Jason Barnes, and our lead writer, Bill Slavasek. We're on an internal server showing off Southern Elsewhere. So what is the next area?
Are you thirsty for Alfiq?
I am
For
thirsty. Yes.
I mean, it's
I
better
don't
than being
wanna drink them,
hungry for
but yeah.
Alfiq. That's
I wouldn't say I drink them, but
so.
Oh,
We
boy.
are here at the wonderful village of Black Heights.
Cool.
This is on the edge of the Tenmar Forest, and is mostly comprised of doggy rot and other various races. but
doggy rot.
Doggy
Yeah.
rot. That is the correct way to say it, right?
DAGI.
Daggy rot.
Daggy.
I don't have
Yeah,
Lawrence's the doggy rot, or however you pronounce it. But yeah, so it's mostly a doggy rot village of artists, but they have this awesome temple that comes into play to Canarthi. However, the doggy rot do not attend this temple as the priests. No, the Alfiq run it. You see, the entire temple is run by Alfiq priests and priestesses.
That's awesome. Oh, look it.
They
Move its nose. Pet the cat. Oh,
uh,
Jason.
No,
Don't
no.
shoot the Alfie.
Not an arrow.
but yeah, so you'll notice they're hard at work here. But yeah, it's a cute little area. They're all devout worshippers of Canarthi.
Oh my gosh.
They're hard at work. Yeah, this place will come into play. I don't want to spoil anything for it. Look at their guards. Aren't you intimidated?
Very fierce.
Yeah, look at that. He will destroy you.
Stop right now.
Destroy you.
They are some of the most powerful characters in the zone.
They
Yeah.
are. Yeah. So
Cuteness.
and you'll notice this cool little
Oh, wow.
bell puzzle here that you may or may not be able to unlock for your house.
Hint, hint,
As
hint.
That
well
is cool.
as these beautiful little engraved bells that may or may not be involved in a puzzle. Alfique cat's not included, sorry. I mean, unless you want to put them there. But yeah, so this is one of the areas near Black Heights I want to show. I figured everyone would appreciate some
It's very
Who
cute.
creates those perfect circles in the sand?
cats.
It's amazing.
So,
It's
Maybe they use
magic.
their
Yeah.
tails. Yeah.
so yeah, so talking about Black Heights.
There is a lot of litter around.
Oh.
Yeah.
That whole area is one big litter box.
Yeah, we didn't really mention what the
They
litter
do
was
with the
used for.
sand, yes, right.
So did they make that art there?
So this is actually
That's cool.
this is done by the people of Black Heights. They are, excuse me, a
You're
a
excused.
village. Thanks, of painters and artists. They believe that they should capture their adventures through art. They kind of tell their life stories through these pieces, and they paint these wonderful, just kind of artistic representations of these various stories. You can tell if you look really closely, they're actually little paw prints, Alfique paw prints.
What?
So I always
Oh
just
my
imagine
gosh.
the way they painted them was just pick up an Alfique and kind of do this with them.
Or
That
the
would be a
Alfique
really
runs
fun-
around on his own.
Yeah, that's true. I
Contest.
mean, they are magical.
Oh gosh.
Create your own like little art piece on a rock, but don't use an actual cat,
Yeah.
right?
We will. I do believe that you can earn some of these rocks for your house through questing.
Oh, cool.
But their main thing that they're known for is something called the Wall of Life. I won't give any spoilers, but I will show you that something has gone wrong with it, and bad things are happening. Strange creatures are appearing, like spiders, because
Oh.
they're strange.
Look away, Gina.
Yeah, sorry. These are my favorite. The
Yeah.
horror.
Oh, the
horrors.
horrors. Ugh.
Excuse myself for a little bit.
Yeah. But this is one of our other objective areas that you'll get a quest for. And this kind of deals with this poor town that just really wants to paint, live life, and be free. Whatever,
Decorate rocks.
and decorate rocks. And kind of the corruption that has come to this great wall.
Whoa.
And I believe, I don't think it would spoil anything, but the memento you get for doing this,
Usually,
is
if you have to
this.
start with, I don't think this will spoil.
and this is an awesome memento.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, that's cool.
That is trippy.
Yeah. So this, like I said, this is called the Wall of Life. It's something where they write out their adventures. Every little arc and kind of circle is a different adventure from a different family and kind of their life story that they've painted out on these walls. But yeah, clearly something's really effed up with it. So
Is that a technical term?
it is. It's lore appropriate, I believe, somewhere.
No, actually,
Very
No,
that's not.
no.
Bluestone has a lot of fun places to explore.
Yeah, so we wanted to kind of make sure there was a lot of diversity in the zone, make it feel different than.
It's not just all about dragons.
Yeah. However, speaking of dragons,
Oh.
so we have 2 new dragon types in this zone. That's me spawning in a tree.
Internal server.
Yep.
Yep.
So, in addition to the dragon types that we already have in Northern elsewhere, some of the things that were added are frost dragons and storm dragons. And I'm hoping one of these. Look at this beast. Another thing you may notice is this dragon's walking around. In Northern and elsewhere, the dragons were stationary. In Southern and elsewhere, in these dragon events,
Shit,
they
you
will
don't wanna
actually
screw
chase.
with him.
No, come back. No. So I'm going to follow him. This is another new thing. So if no one attacks the dragon, they'll actually pick up and lift off, and you'll have to chase them down. So that way, rather than just them hanging around at one spot forever, move, goat.
The goat's helping the dragon.
Yeah, they'll actually
Running
go
interference.
around. Jerk. So, we'll
So
Did you-
if
I think
Go
you
ahead.
lost
well,
it.
if people are fighting them, they won't get up and do this, or will they?
no. So
Okay.
this is only if they're not engaged while they're walking around. And then we've added some new interesting stuff. So this is our
Oh, wow.
storm dragon. You
Whoa,
notice
look at the
sky.
sky.
Changes
That's
now.
cool.
So this is also whoa.
You know, no P kill is your friend.
I thought I was in God mode. This dragon doesn't give a crap.
Didn't turn on your hacks.
No, I didn't. But yeah, so we've added custom skyboxes now. So when you're engaged with the dragon fight, it actually changes the weather based on what type of dragon it is.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it's stormy. You'll get kind of like a frosty sky. You'll get a lot of fun little just variations in it. I mean, come on, it makes it also feel a lot more epic when this happens.
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
Yeah,
skies
it's
get
cool.
dark. Can you see that from a distance? You can see that that's happening.
I'm not 100% sure.
It's cool though.
Unique to the players.
Jason.
Yeah, I think it's when you're
stand in that.
engaged.
Yeah.
I know.
You know what I'm learning from this stream? Don't invite Jason to
Yeah,
your
you know
group.
what? I usually.
Well, he's
don't-
usually the
I-
tank.
I usually, yeah, I play more than a 2-skill Templar level 4 or whatever
Yeah.
I had. But yeah, one of the interesting things too is bringing dragon events into Southern Elsewhere. We're actually doing something that we haven't done in these fourth quarter DLCs, and that's kind of bringing these world events into them as well. I don't think we've ever had Dark Anchors or the
Geysers.
the geyser events. Yeah, so this gives us some fun new types of content for players to tackle.
And correct me if I'm wrong, these new dragons and their new mechanics and everything, that's going to be in Northern Elsewhere also, right?
The new dragons will show up in Northern Elsewhere as well. I
Very
believe,
cool.
yes. So
Reason to go back.
yeah, I'll let Big Boy here go back to his peaceful dormant state, and I will go to the last part of our little tour
I'm so
here.
thirsty.
Just sharing it all.
Oh, and there it all goes.
Just
Jason,
put it
it's
on,
a
put it on
drinking
your
horn.
head.
It's not
Not that
binoculars.
good.
Unicorn. There you
That's
go.
wonderful.
Unicorn.
Oh, my water spilled out.
All that delicious, delicious water.
Full of moon sugar.
So, one of the last things I want to show off was the Dragon Guard Sanctum.
Oh, cool.
This is, so after you have reformed the Dragon Guard, you kind of...
Spoiler alert.
yeah, sorry.
Okay, just checking.
You notice the perfect pounces there. This becomes your home base, so much kind of like the Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood and stuff like that. You kind of get a hideout to hang out with. However, one of the things that we did want to do is, as you do quests for the Dragon Guard, you will begin to rebuild this base. Different people will begin to show up. New types of unlocks will appear. You'll start getting vendors, a crafting station, achievement furnishers.
That's awesome.
There's
Yeah,
a
that
unique
is
quest
cool.
that opens up that allows you to loot a special alchemy ingredient from dragons that you wouldn't normally be able to get.
Oh, wow.
As
cool.
well as a kind of a chest that you get daily that has a bunch of goodies in it.
Nice.
So one of the things we want to do is, just rather than doing dailies just to do dailies, you're actually kind of, as you're doing more and more, and it's not just the dailies either, it's also doing the main quest will count toward it as well.
Yeah, there's a reason to keep coming back.
And yeah, so this will all be filled in. You'll have your crew here, different members that you recruit to the Dragon Guard. And yeah, by the end of it, if you do everything, this place is hopping. It's like its own little town. People will be drunk at the bar, as you do. And yeah, so again, we kind of want it to, and here's the Dragon Guard outfit, if anyone's curious.
Oh, cool.
Neat.
But yeah, we want to give players kind of a reason to keep doing dailies in addition to like the various things that you get out of the loot, but kind of tied into the world a little bit more and make it feel more alive. So that was something that was kind of a new addition that we really haven't done before.
And here, in addition to Sahan and Zaji and Casca, you'll be dealing with your other allies, including the one we didn't hint about yet.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
It's
I
a
mean,
secret.
there's a powerful ally who will join you, who is part of the Elder Scrolls lore. He
Keep
helps.
going.
He evens the odds against the dragons, and I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Will people be able to find out on Monday?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh, so
You'll
just a few
fi-
more days.
Yeah, you'll find out. His room might be located up here somewhere that we're not going to show. And yeah, that's you'll find out, and you might be able to utilize him in various ways.
Soon meme.
Soon,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah.
I see a lot of people asking about houses. There are going to be 2 houses that you can test on PTS. I don't think they're quite ready to show in this build.
I can
but,
show where they're located.
Okay.
One
One is Lucky Cat Landing,
Cute.
and one is oh boy, well, it's a retreat. Starts with a P.
Let me see.
And it looks like potato, but I know that's not it.
Potentates?
Oh,
I
the
think.
potentates, yes.
Potentates retreat?
Potentate sounds like a fancy potato.
It's
It
no,
does
grilled-
look like potato.
it's an,
grilled potato.
it's an imperial
potentate.
rank. It's an imperial rank.
Ah.
A potentate.
That's good to know.
Buttery.
I'm so
potentates.
sorry, I butcher the war, Bill.
So it's kind of like a
Alright.
commander?
Higher.
Higher?
Yeah.
Okay.
General or governor.
Got it.
Yeah. So one of the houses here is located right off of the side of Central.
Oh, cool. That's convenient.
Yeah, it's part of one of the districts that didn't necessarily get burnt down. I am going the wrong way. So
It's a good thing there's a map.
yeah. So yeah, so your one house will be located over here. This is kind of a manor. It's built into the side of the city itself.
Oh, pretty. Yeah.
I don't believe it's hooked up.
Should we
anyone
go
wanna see
take
it?
a look? A surprise look?
All right, we'll go in. I have
haven't
no
seen it at
idea
all.
what's.
Are we sure it's...
Oh, that's a good
There
start.
you go. So you're
We are on
live look.
a dev
in.
server. Yep.
We'll
Someone's
do
gonna
this live.
Walk
We'll
by
be
and be
fine.
like, Jason, no, what are you doing?
What about Daniel's like, no, let's hide this. Like,
Yeah.
totally saw it.
So
It's not a secret.
you're welcome if they're escorting me out of the building after this. I did this for you.
I mean, it'll be on PTS on Monday, so
Yeah.
So this is
Minor
this is one of the houses.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, it's got this overlook here.
Oh, Colin just pinged me. He's like, it's fine to show.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
thank you, Colin.
Thanks, Colin. Because I was showing it anyway.
This is really good.
Oh,
what a view.
Yeah, so this is kind of our
This is
nice
beautiful.
little part of the city here. And then you can go into the townhouse. This looks like, you
Maybe
know,
it's an unfurnished version right now?
I was going to say you get like a bunch of squatters live here when you first move in.
This is the
And you
room
gotta
that
clear
you
them
fill
out.
with
Yeah, you gotta
all your
clear 'em out.
Altweek friends.
So yeah, so this is I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I think there's
Yeah.
more to it than that. Maybe I
Nice
think there's
view.
like a balcony over as well.
Very pretty.
The
So
other
check this out on PTS, yeah?
yeah, and then I'll show the other house since Colin gave us the okay.
Colin gave the green light.
Thanks,
Nice.
Colin.
Oh, he said you could show
I'm
that
not sure
one.
which size
He
that
did
house
say you could
is.
show
not.
that one.
Oh, ask him if I can show him the other one because I'm already heading there.
Okay, Colin, can we show the? Oh, he said there's also an upstairs and
Oh.
a back porch.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Thank you, Colin.
So
So the other area is this
can we
house
show
here.
the-
Or actually,
He said the other one's fine.
Okay,
I'll
great.
show the outside of it so people can kind of see what the
I'm
lead
glad
up.
to see you're watching.
Yeah, this is how we test
Ooh.
people. We go to their areas and we're like, hey, we're gonna show
Yeah,
this.
we have
Hope you're-
10 seconds
Yeah,
for
you
you to
better
say
tell us
no.
to stop. So this is the large, I believe.
Oh, wow. Is that
house.
built into the
Yeah,
side of a
so
cliff?
this is built into the side of a cliff. It
This
was
is the
some-
potentates.
yeah, so this is the Potentate's Retreat.
Mm.
Oh, the door doesn't have the right name. Okay.
Same, Bill's on
See,
it.
making
Bill's on
mental
it.
notes for
He's
bugs.
like
huh?
that, amazing.
So again, this is all coming to PTS on Monday.
Mhm.
Better to ask forgiveness than permission. That's how I live my life.
I,
I
you're
can't.
not wrong.
Yes.
This is obviously not the final loading screen for
No,
this
no.
house.
That would. It's a pretty intense
So,
house if that
yeah.
was the loading screen.
So yeah, so you get
Whoa,
the palace
cool.
interior like we have.
Mhm.
I want to find the spa. There's a spa
What?
here.
Oh no.
There's a spa in the house or
Well,
outside?
No, outside. I mean, the Potentate was a partier, right? He liked having some friends over. Invited him out to his little grotto.
Stop there, please.
And he partied. That's
Well,
the terrace. Sorry.
Potentate's the guy that got assassinated.
Yeah. So you have these
Oh, wow.
giant green stones. I wonder what those are for.
Did they turn on the
think
bubbles?
There's actually a known issue with those, or maybe it got
Maybe.
fixed.
Well, we're showing it.
Well, yeah,
this
let's
is
find
coming
out.
to you live. But yeah, so these stones may play a large role in the story.
Oh.
Look at them,
Cool.
they're so pointy.
They're
And
very pointy.
Yeah, I wonder if this may not work.
Doing it live.
Doing it live. Oh yeah, there. Okay. Ooh, look at that. So
Wow,
yeah, it's
that's
got the
pretty.
sparkly moon juice water. That's the moon juice water. Yeah. So you know, if you want to have a party, you can come in here.
Wow, pretty.
Talk to Lehman about making that a technical term.
Moon juice. Yeah.
Oh, it
So this
glows
is
when
what
you run in it, huh?
I'll leave it at. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Neat.
My skin feels refreshed already.
Just imagine that full of Alfique.
Oh, feet don't like water.
See, now everyone's going to call it moon juice. Thanks a lot.
Keep up the good fight, my people. Moon juice. I don't know why they put me in charge of stuff. I really don't. Like,
And now neither do they.
no, yeah, I don't.
There were actually a couple questions like a half an hour ago when you guys were talking about what you did.
Sure.
Why are you kicking things,
I'm
Jason?
just-
Jeez.
My moon juice is gone. Anyways.
Bill, somebody was asking, where do you take the names from? So are they just kind of your own artistic creations, or like how do you do?
Well, it depends on what the names are. Some are from lore, depending if it's like that character we talked about that you're going to find in your as an ally. That's from lore, so we can't change that. Other names, we have a nice internal name generator that we use as a beginning point, but you can never use it exactly as it comes up because it does some weird stuff.
So it's like randomize your character, but it randomizes.
But for every race, so we have it set up to give us
that's cool.
the right connection of letters for the different races.
Yeah.
But I've always, my whole career has been naming things, so I used to name all the Star Wars stuff. So
That's cool.
So names are part of what I
Good
do.
resume builder.
So sometimes you just come up with some on your own too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
Jason, somebody had asked what thing in the new zone is most valuable for you as a zone lead?
What new thing is the most valuable?
What does that
Like
mean?
Maybe, I didn't ask the question. Maybe, well, how about like what's one of your,
what's most proud of?
what's one of your most favorite things?
Oh, geez.
Oh, in this new zone. Got
Yes.
it. Got it. Okay.
So I think, I want to say, God, I'm trying to say this without spoiling anything.
Then don't say it.
Well, you said you really like
Yeah,
Saji.
so I like the new characters a lot. I also like I said, kind of we talked about a little bit, the grappling bow, the puzzle
That is
blocks.
different,
You know,
New gameplay.
yeah,
The
yeah,
different
like
adventure elements.
trying to add kind of more kind of fast-paced kind of gameplay to things, especially along the main quest to kind of keep the pacing really quick. There's a lot of deep, heavy lore stuff too in here later on. Like I said, I can't really go into it. There's one area that is probably my favorite place that we've ever done in a game that involves magic and divines and stuff, and I won't really say anything else.
I guess when you know it, you'll see it.
Yeah, you'll definitely see it. It's humongous. That's all I'll say. But yeah, I think that's kind of creating these really unique areas, these really cool, visually striking, just kind of territories. Like Black Heights is a good example, right? You go in, you see all the painted rocks and the various Khajiit there and the big wall of life, and just that's something that's memorable. And so we tried to, when I was going through this, is a lot of memorable moments visually and narratively too. Like,
And then pairing it with the lore.
yeah, like Bill and I are always, I always think we're very, when it comes to characters, it's really important to us, going back to Darien and Naryu and stuff like that, and making sure the characters have a unique voice and someone that the people will like and enjoy. So I think those are...
Or hate, if that's the...
Or hate, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are really, the team in general is really good at creating characters that are not just so one-dimensional that they're easy to hate. Sometimes you relate to them, but you don't like what they're doing.
I think one of the favorite characters that I didn't mention that we did was Lathan from the Somerset
Oh,
storyline.
yeah. Yeah.
The relationship between him and Valsaren and kind of what happened to their family and the evolution of his characters was something that I think I personally enjoyed a lot, and we kind of want to make sure we flesh that out and make sure our characters are well-rounded. They're just not one-dimensional.
King Korag comes to mind.
Yeah, King Korag was another
yeah.
one, and even Evely Sharp Arrow and Hrothgar. You know, she started off as she's this bright-eyed, like almost little sister, and by the end of it, she's had to face these horrible tragedies of war and what that actually means to be an adventurer and a mercenary. And I think giving characters the proper arcs and stuff is really important in that. And so, you know, we tried to do that for, you know, Sai Sahan and the characters. So that's something we pay a lot of attention to as well.
Yeah, and we did I'm pretty happy with the whole expansion of the Khajiit lore.
Oh, yeah.
Kunzari and that whole legend. We'll learn some more about that in this particular package. And the dragons as well. We've never done dragons before, so this was our chance to give our take on dragons. So.
Do you guys want a Stuga quest line? Is that what I'm seeing?
Ooh, nobody said that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
No. You know how long I've been looking for you?
And with that,
Anyways.
And with that, so again, we just finished showing off Dragonhold, the Zone of Southern Elsewhere, coming to PTS on Monday. It's being released in Q4 this year.
and it's the culmination of this season of the Dragon storyline.
It's very exciting. So again, we are going to be doing another live stream on Monday. We'll be going through all of the combat changes that are coming to Update 24. We'll be joined by Brian Wheeler, our lead combat and PvP designer, and Gilliam the Rogue himself will be just going through all the changes for the combat notes and giving a little bit more context into them.
Yep.
So stay tuned for the exact time that's going to be starting. It'll be sometime Monday afternoon. And I think that is it. So I see everybody asking, where's my drops? You will be getting them as soon as this stream concludes for PC Mac. For console players, we are bringing drops to you in Q4. So very excited to share that with you. And I think that is it.
Thank you all, and have a great weekend, and thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Jason for the first time in years, and Bill once again.
It's been a long time.
We will certainly have you guys back.
Thank you guys. So, bye.
Thank you.